Hello and welcome to another Blender bite-sized tutorial. In this one I'm going to show you how to make an eggshell material procedurally in Blender 4. Here's the spec that I'm using. It's Blender 4.2, Windows 11, NVIDIA graphics card, Cycles render engine and a custom startup file. Just before I continue with the tutorial, let me remind you that you can grab this material and hundreds more on my Gumroad store, blenderbitesize.gumroad.com. Okay, so here I am in the custom startup file, which I've slightly modified to shrink the room because I'm trying to work true to size with this eggshell material. So we have our room, some 3-point lighting, camera, and some eggs, which, as I say, I've tried to work true to size so that I get a better result with this material. Normally I work with like an object that's 1 meter tall in the Blenderverse, but this time around I'm working true to size for a basic hen egg. So I'm going over to the shading tab and enabling viewport shader, and I'm selecting the object or one of the eggshells, clicking new for new material and then giving it the name eggshell. So we'll make a start with the principled shader. There's only a couple of changes I'm going to make here, which is changing the index of refraction to 1.516 and increasing the weight on the sheen to 0.5. Most of the other things that I need to adjust I'm going to drive with other nodes. So let's make a start on those. First, I'm going to drag out a connector from the base color and apply a noise texture. Then I'll press Ctrl T and use the object output from the texture coordinate into the vector input of the mapping node. Then I'm going to duplicate the noise texture by pressing Shift D and connecting that up to the mapping node. I'm then going to press Shift A and search for a color ramp and duplicate that. Connect up the second noise texture and then mix the two with a mix color node. I'm also going to duplicate that mix color node. So this node setup at the top is going to be my color. So I'm going to set the scale as 95, detail as 12.5, roughness at 1, lacunarity at 1.5. Then in the color ramp, I'm going to change this to constant. I'm going to set the first value or hex value for color as BC B1A5. It's kind of a very light beigey grey. And then the white I'm going to move to position 0.427. You can just about make out some speckling going on here, which is good. Then for the second noise texture, I'm going to disable normalize, set the scale to 125, detail to 15, roughness to 1, and leave the other settings as they are. Then in the color ramp, I'm going to go for B-spline, so I get a softer gradient, and you can already see that taking effect. For the hex value, I'm going to go for DA, 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 so it's a very light grey, and move that to position 0.077, and then this white value at the end, move to position 0.895. Now, I'll leave the first mix node set as it is. The second one, I'm going to change the factor to 0.75 and the hex code for the color FF993F. And that's kind of an orangey eggshell hen color. I'm also going to use this to drive the roughness and also the tint on the sheen. Now, so that I know what these are, when I come back to this, I'm going to just arrange them and then frame them. So select the nodes you want to frame and then press Shift P and then N to open up the dialog box or the control panel on the right, and then you can name it. So that's fine for colouring, but what I want to do is add some bump detail as well. So I'm going to drive that separately. So we're going to start by searching for a bump node, and we'll connect that to the main normal slot on the principled shader, not the index of refraction, the normal. And we'll connect that to the mapping node with the height input. We'll then drop a noise texture in between, and for some reason it connected up the colour. I want the factor. Looks weird right now, but we're going to change a few settings here. I'll add a colour ramp as well, and also a mix colour node at the end here. And that's because I'm going to duplicate the noise texture and the colour ramp as I did above for the colours. And I'll connect that up to the second slot in the mix color node. Now for the settings on the noise texture, on the top one I'm going for a scale of 50, detail of 7.5 and roughness of 1. Then in the color ramp, changing it to B-spline, leaving it as black, moving it to 0.395, then selecting the white color stop and moving it to position 0.7. Then for the second noise texture, a scale of 125, detail of 2 and roughness of 0.35. Then I'm going to shift the black color spot to 0.505, changing that to B-spline as well, and I'll leave the white as it is. But it's much too strong, so we're going to drop that strength down to 0.1, and that will give us quite a nice dimply surface with a variation in color tone. So again, I'm going to frame this collection of nodes and call it bump detail. Now to copy this material over to the other shells is quite easy. Just select them all one by one, shift and left click, making sure to select the one that's got the material already last. So you can see it's got kind of a yellowy orange outline. Press Ctrl L and then M for materials, or click on materials, and that will copy it over to the rest of the objects. So you can see this, you can see what the first two color ramps are doing, and they're getting mixed together, and then the color overlay is being applied. And then for the bump detail, we've got this and this being mixed together to give this, and then piped through the bump node to give the detail, and then obviously finishing it off with the principled shader. Now I'll run down all of my settings here as I normally do, so that you can make sure that you're spot on if you're following along. I've got a noise threshold set quite high and low maximum samples. That's because I'm using denoising, which helps me reduce the render time. I'll just expand all these things in case I've made any changes that you need to see. By the way, I've only started doing this with my more recent videos. Are you finding it useful? Let me know in the comments. Compositor, I'm using my GPU just to be consistent. then color management, I've got very high contrast set. So I mentioned the Compositor earlier. In the Compositing tab, I've just got the denoise node enabled, and I've got these three set up. But in View Layers, or that's the one, you need to make sure you've got denoising data set up here to get those extra couple of nodes on the end, the normal and the albedo. So let's quickly render this out and see what we get. So around 4 seconds for doing the passes and all the other stuff, and then about 4 or 5 seconds more for the compositing, so less than 10 seconds per frame. I think that's quite acceptable. And here's a brief animation that I did using this scene. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it and will find some use for it. In the meantime, please remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for future content. And of course, any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the usual places.